Back in the summer of 2012, I started losing weight. I went from about 135 pounds to about 85 pounds in the span of about 4 months. We went to the doctor to see what was wrong, and they ran some tests, and I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease in November of 2012. Now, this disease is not deadly. Only about 0.1% of the people die who actually have this disease, but this disease isn't limited to just normal people. Take this, for example. Former President Dwight D. Eisenhower back in the 1950s was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. They saw inflammation in his colon because he started to lose weight, so they did tests, and inflammation in his colon determined that he had Crohn's disease. So the doctors went in and they took out his colon, and that caused him to get better, and he regained his weight and went back to living a normal life. Today I'm going to talk to you about the history of Crohn's disease, the current prognosis of Crohn's disease, and the future state of Crohn's disease. According to the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation, which was updated in 2018, this man right here, Dr. Beryl Crohn, discovered Crohn's disease along with Dr. Oppenheimer back in 1932. He called it an IBD disease, or an internal bowel disease. This means that cells attack the small and large intestine, which causes you to not have nutrition, which is the cause of weight loss. And as you see here, the small intestine and the large intestine are the two main areas affected by Crohn's disease. Now, also according to the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation, there's a very similar disease called ulcerative colitis that has the same symptoms as Crohn's, but ulcerative colitis only affects your colon, while Crohn's disease affects your small and large intestine. Now, some facts about Crohn's disease are that it doesn't matter your gender, both genders are affected about equal in their diagnosis of Crohn's disease. But as you see here, adults ages 18 to 40 are the ones most likely diagnosed with Crohn's disease. The older you get, the less likely you are to be diagnosed, and there are very, very few cases of people being born with this disease. Next, we're going to talk about the medication for Crohn's disease. According to the MayoClinic.org, in 2017, there's about 10 or so medications used to treat Crohn's disease. Now, medications like Remicade block cells that cause Crohn's disease, but medications like Entyvio try to kill cells that cause Crohn's disease. Also, according to the Mayo Clinic, this disease is very deadly, not very deadly. It is a chronic disease that stays with you for life. Once you're diagnosed, you most likely are not getting rid of it because there is not a cure yet for Crohn's disease. Now, doctors are always doing research on Crohn's disease to see what the problems are, but they still have not found one yet. Next, let's talk about the future of Crohn's disease. These are the cells right here called T cells, which doctors research to see if they can find a cure for Crohn's disease. Now, they've been doing this for about 25 or so years with advanced technology, and they still cannot find a cause or a cure. The only thing they can come up with is maybe T cells, too many T cells form in your colon, and they start spreading out and they attack your intestines, but that is not a confirmed fact. That is just a hypothesis that they have on why this disease is caused. This disease happens. Now, in conclusion, we have talked about the history, the prognosis, and the future outlook of Crohn's disease. Maybe one day doctors will have enough technology to see and find a cure and find the cause of Crohn's disease. Now, by donating to the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation, you can help these doctors fund their research, and they can maybe find a cure one day for this disease. Back in 1978, the Houston Oilers had the first pick in the 1978 NFL draft. They decided to take Earl Campbell, a hard-hitting running back out of the University of Texas. Earl Campbell was born right here in Tyler, Texas, and he grew up in North Tyler. He went to high school at John Tyler, and then he eventually went on to the University of Texas at Austin to play football. In 1977, he won the Heisman Trophy, which is college football's award to the best athlete of the year. And for his acts at Texas, after he left college, he was inducted to the NCAA Hall of Fame as a great running back. Now, in the NFL, he played about 8 seasons. He played for the Houston Oilers and the New Orleans Saints. And in these 8 seasons, he broke some rushing records at the time, but they were eventually broken years later. Now, after he retired from the NFL, he was inducted to the NFL Hall of Fame, which is the highest honor for any player that has played in the NFL. Earl Campbell currently lives in Austin, Texas, and he helps develop players that want to get to their ultimate goal of playing in the NFL. And he works with small colleges and some high schools in the area. At today's athletic banquet at TJC, Earl Campbell is going to talk to you about how he grew up in a small town in Texas and he made it all the way to the highest peak, the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Now I have the honor of introducing to you the Rose of Tyler, Texas, Earl Campbell.